I would say the application level of AI is something I believe is going to provide massive value, and SaaS enterprise software will continue to provide massive value. I do think the industry's down on these things because they think that the large language models will wipe those things out. I kind of think the opposite. There's always a way to create a more refined product that solves a singular problem for a small group of people, and you add features and community and design that speaks to that group. So, as an example, when we made the investment in calm.com, the meditation app, people were like, why would you invest in that? You could just get meditation videos for free on YouTube, which is true. You could talk about Tonebase or Musician or Steezy or Brilliant.org. All of those are educational type vertical apps that have had massive success, Fitbot as well. But again, people said, well, you can just learn how to play an instrument on YouTube or for free, or you can buy a book or this or that. Why would I need a verticalized one? Well, if you look at those verticalized ones, Tonebase and Fitbod as just two, and Brilliant.org, they're so dedicated to those verticals of, so here's Tonebase. They know who the best classical violinists are, clarinet players, trumpet players. And if this is something that OpenAI is not going to get to. There's something YouTube's not going to get to. Could you find on Instagram or TikTok how to play, a Louis Armstrong trumpet solo? Yes, you're going to be able to find that. But if you want to go deep and you want this trumpet player and you want to take it to the highest level, Tonebase is the place to go. If you pull up Brilliant.org as an example, could you learn how to do some math problems from Khan Academy or other places on YouTube for free? Of course. Could you have ChatGPT explain it? Yes. But Brilliant.org is going to verticalize these, and they've gamified them. And man, these questions are so well thought out. And the way they've done personalized learning here and adaptive learning, they're just going to have a nuance and a fit, finish, and polish that those other platforms aren't going to have. And what happens is people will use the large language models, get to a certain point, and then they're going to want something more. If you're charging low hundreds of dollars, why wouldn't you spend it? You can get calories from any number of food sources. That doesn't mean people are not going to spend $50 on an amazing, steak from Long Hill Wagyu or Miyazaki beef. They're going to want that as well, even though they can get hamburgers from Shake Shack for $9. Okay. Building out your team is one of the most crucial things you have to get right in your startup, and finding the right developers is particularly important. But now there's lemon.io. They're going to save you time, money, and headaches by doing all the time-consuming legwork for you. They've got an experienced lineup of pre-vetted developers working for competitive rates. Just 1% of applicants are accepted into Lemon's elite program, and they're not just out there finding this great talent, they're also working with you to integrate these new members into your team. Plus, if it's not a good fit, hey, and sometimes things don't work out, Lemon will hook you up with a new developer ASAP. I've seen startups go from just pretty good to amazing after filling out their teams with developers from lemon.io. Go to lemon.io/twist and find your perfect developer or technical team in 48 hours or less. Plus, Twist listeners get 15% off their first 4 weeks. That's lemon.io/twist, LEMON.io/twist.